Adonijah, despite his earlier reprieve, makes a critical miscalculation. He requests Abishag the Shunammite, who had served King David, as a wife.
Which, in ancient Near Eastern monarchies, marrying a former king's concubine or attendant was often perceived as a legitimate step towards claiming the throne itself.
Right, it implied an inheritance of the former king's household and authority. Solomon immediately interprets this as a veiled yet direct move for the kingship, seeing it as an attempt to undermine his authority. This leads to Adonijah's swift execution by Benaiah, Solomon's loyal enforcer.
This swift and brutal action by Benaiah, under Solomon's direct command, highlights the absolute fragility of clemency in these contexts. Any perceived threat, no matter how subtle or indirect, could be met with extreme prejudice to consolidate and maintain power. It sends an unmistakable message about Solomon's unwavering resolve.
The purge continues. Abiathar the priest, who had sided with Adonijah, is dismissed from his priestly duties and sent to Anathoth. Our sources note that this fulfills a significant prophecy against the house of Eli, adding a layer of divine justification and historical inevitability to Solomon's actions, implying his reign was divinely sanctioned in its severity.
And Joab. He hears of Adonijah's death, attempts to seek sanctuary, fleeing to the horns of the altar, just as Adonijah had.
But for Joab, sanctuary does not work. Solomon commands Benaiah to execute Joab right there, at the altar, to remove the blood that Joab shed without just cause, from his house and from the throne. This refers specifically to Joab's past murders of military commanders Abner and Amasa, acts of political expediency rather than righteous warfare.
Joab's execution at the very altar is particularly symbolic.